Well, let's go ahead and take a look around the neighborhood. Or do we... Okay, so we have the... Oh, it was his driver's license that we picked up.
Nice to meet you, Maldonado.
And the encrypted memory stick.
I'll need to find a computer whiz to break the encryption on this memory stick.
Alright, well... We have Rook's pawn shop that's opened and the electronics shop, which I'm pretty sure is where we're going to go. Can we go in here?
Inspector Burns finally opened his own barbecue joint. I bet it tastes just like arson in your mouth.
No. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Rook and see what other mean things we've done.
Rook's the little gremlin who runs the pawn shop. I've heard that his hard shell is hiding a heart of gold, but if it was, he'd cut it out himself with a rusty soup can lid.
Murphy! Here, let me look at you. Louis told me something terrible has happened. I've been worried sick.
Oh, well, he definitely doesn't look like the guy before. Not nearly as old.
Well, I appreciate the concern, but other than a weird case of amnesia, I'm fine.
But Louis says you're behaving like a totally different person.
Since when do you care about what happens to me? Don't tell me your little Grinch heart has grown 3 sizes in the last 7 years.
Oh, Lord. Please don't tell me that lump on your head has turned you back into the pathetic, pestering P.I. I used to know. This is a nightmare.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Did he like him before? What's going on? I don't know what any of these mean. Some of these just sound terrible.
Now that's the Rook I know. For a minute, I thought you'd started carrying a song in your heart.
It's temporary, though, right? A side effect? Please tell me you'll be changing back.
What? I don't know what any of these mean.
Well, one of these nights, you're going to get visited by 3 ghosts, and it's going to be very scary for you, but then we're going to have turkey and everything's going to be great.
Look, Murphy, I'll grant you have some detective skills, but it was all relentless, annoying banter and endless questions to me. Imagine my surprise when, over the past few years, you turned into someone I could actually tolerate.
10 things you love about me.
No kidding. So what was it you loved most about the new me?
You cut out all the chit-chat and became a no-nonsense customer who pays in cash. You always seem to have plenty of cash.
Oh. Hey, what happened to the cash that I picked up that was all over the ground? I forget already.
Oh, I get it. All of a sudden, I get some dough, and suddenly we're best friends. So how'd it come up with so much cash?
Well, how should I know? I mean, if I'd asked you that 2 days ago, you would have punched me in the face.
What? I'm wondering if he was, like, undercover or something. No. I don't know. Maybe he just...
Okay, I'll cut the chit-chat. Just tell me where I come up with all this cash.
All my transactions are done in strictest confidence. That hasn't changed.
That what?
I'm having a few rough days here, Rook, and all I'm trying to do is get my memory back. I could use a little help.
Fine. Though I don't know anything that could possibly explain what's happened to you. Believe me, I'd tell you if I did. Now I suppose this is where you ask if I mind answering a few questions. But this is not for old time's sake.
Oh, he has so many questions. He has a lot.
You became a sullen, short-tempered bully. And I miss that desperately. I heard a commotion and saw a crazed man running willy-nilly down the street and 2 other men in pursuit.
Huh.
I was hoping they would tear that flop house down. And they would have, too, if it weren't for that meddling Clint.
Which I haven't seen yet. I want to talk to him.
Such an upbeat, chipper little man. Utterly obnoxious. I went there once, never again. What with that herbal tea and incense, it's a veritable gas chamber. I knew she'd get nothing but trouble being with you. Louis' niece is an absolute delight. What she sees in you is an absolute mystery. A prince among men makes me wish I could still eat solid food.
But you have your teeth. You have your teeth.
Years ago, after Chelsea disappeared, you came to me looking for leads to some valuable items, among them a lost Fabergé egg. You left the street for a long time. When you returned to Chandler Avenue, you seemed like a different person, darker, more dangerous. I understand you have a thing for holograms. Maybe she's just your type. I'm sure you know much more about that than I. Some say you know exactly what happened.
Mason Bowers. I couldn't read the last name. I'm sure the guy said it, but my brain is like a potato.
That's the man you think was abducted? The one I saw being chased down the street? I never heard his name before you told me. Maldonado? He puts the PI in pig. I heard you two had something of a rivalry going on. Next question.
He doesn't want to talk about himself.
What is that?
Now that Rook's is open, I'll bet his back gate's open too.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Take a look back here and see if we can play some hoops or find a comic book. Or whatever that is.
No one knows these back alleys of Chandler quite like me. Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be useful.
So I just picked up an anvil. You know, just carrying it.
It's Rook's hydropod garden. Whenever I see this, I think of Gordon Fitzpatrick from my Pandora case.
I've got anti-hydrogen pods on board, and I've got to get us as far away from Earth as possible.
Pods?
Pods. Anti-hydrogen pods.
He wasn't from around here, or even from this solar system.
Well, I mean, didn't he have like both human and alien DNA?
Yeah, the city of Old San Francisco picks up the trash once a year. I think we're getting close to our date. Yeah, I used to come back here and shoot hoops until I threw my back out.
10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
Or was it my front?
Or was it my front?
Why would a little gremlin like Rook have a basketball hoop?
Alright, so we have an anvil for some reason. So it does reference the Pandora Directive, which is good. Was there any new questions we can go in here?
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph?
Oh, we do. We do have new questions.
That Holly is a real spitfire. I don't know how I feel about the whole holograms of people too thing, but yeah, why not?
But yeah, why not? Why not?
I can't really talk about that. If she died the way the cops said she did, burned inside your speeder, it's just too much to think about. I keep a little hope that maybe she ain't dead at all. Or at least that maybe she died in a more peaceful way. You wouldn't remember him. He moved into the neighborhood a few years back. Not a pleasant man. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, same old ornery cuss he ever was. Don't bother me none. I guess I'm just used to it.
Yeah, he has been for like the whole series, so yeah, it makes sense.
I'm no good with that computer stuff, but that little fella at the barbecue joint is a whiz. I'll bet he could get you taken care of.
Well, that's not where I thought I was going to be going. Oh, we can go up and down.
Haven't had another food joint on the street since Francesca ran the Slice of Heaven. I thought it might cut into my business some, but not so far. Maybe we just don't have a lot of barbecue eaters around here.
Maybe. I wonder if I can go talk to Rook about... Now can I go in there? Yeah, now I can. Oh, it was this door. I could have went in that door the whole time. But I could also go in the electronics shop. Which I kind of want to do. But first off...
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your butt when I get my memory back.
Just smelling the fumes coming off that establishment irritates my bowels.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, let's check out the electronics store.
Rumor is Zach Williams, owner of the electronics shop, is tied to organized crime. We've had our problems in the past. For example, the last time I was here, he shot my credit card into 1,000,000 pieces. I'm hoping he's in a little better humor today and doesn't blow my brains out, or even worse.
Okay, I don't want any trouble.
Same page.
Well, just so I'm clear, what kind of trouble are you not wanting?
Everyone knows what happens to people who get on your bad side. Only one reason you ever come in here, and it ain't to buy anything. You know all our stuff is junk.
Time to rebrand.
I just want to know what's going on upstairs.
Look, the guys upstairs don't want any trouble either. They said you can have whatever you want at cost. You can even put it on credit. Then I'll just tear up the bill.
What?
Oh, no, I am not falling for that one again. I'm just here to find out about that dead guy upstairs and what he was up to.
Look, I know how much you hated Maldonado, and I probably shouldn't have let him use the second floor. But he was paying cash, and he kept a low profile. So I thought it was all good. I didn't know what he was doing up there, and I didn't want to know.
Which one of these?
So how about you answer a few questions for me, and maybe things will end up a little better for you than they did for, say, Carlos?
Okay, I guess if it's intimidation in all forms works, I guess.
You the man, okay? We good?
This is not, it's weird. Here you go. Like in the previous games, everybody just, the way they treated Tex, and now it's just like, no, man, no, you the man, you the man.
Look, I told the cops I wasn't here, which is technically true. I just parked out back when I heard the gunshots. So I just started the engine right back up and got the hell out. You live there, so I'm not going to say a thing about it.
You live there.
That place opened up a couple of months ago. Doesn't look like my kind of joint. I do love Louie's cooking. Just don't ask what's in it and you'll be fine.
His brains and stuff last time I remember.
All I know is you ain't the same guy that came slinking in here 7 years ago. Sorry to hear about that. Is that what turned you into Mr. Badass? I think he's the one who came by to check in on Maldonado. Must have been a client. Don't know anything else about him.
Wait, who's Zach Williams? Oh, that's him. There's a lot getting thrown at me. It's like, wait a minute, what's this name? Who's that name? What's that name?
I don't know what it is they're serving in there, but it sure as hell ain't barbecue.
Does it irritate your bowels?
Sure, Maldonado was a creep, but his money spent just the same. He said he needed to do a stake out of the Ritz. Didn't mention any specific names. Didn't sound like a big deal, and he was offering a good chunk of change. Let's just leave me out of this, okay? I sell items to customers, not purchase them.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it just exits out. I wanted to look in there and see. I don't know how much I like the whole you can't walk around inside the shop thing. Is Clint here yet? Oh, there's the bell.
As I ring the bell, I expect Nilo, but another familiar face pops up from behind the counter. It's Clint. Looks like he's dabbled in some home plastic surgery to cover his empty eye socket. It's amazing what you can do with a tire patch, spray paint, and crazy glue.
Ah, Mr. Murphy, will you be needing some housekeeping done? I can't remember the last time we saw you around here.
It's not the same guy. Recovered chocoholic. I like it.
Clint? You work here now?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't remember. I heard about your blackout. I used to have those, but they were more brownouts, you know, my old chocolate addiction.
Yeah, what happened to what happened to Nilo?
So, where is Nilo? You haven't had to resort to working for that scumbag, have you?
Nilo, man, I haven't heard that name in years. Not since I bought this place from him. The city was going to condemn it, but Nilo didn't feel like fixing it up, so he sold it real cheap.
Wait, or is that the same guy? It may be the same dude. I don't know.
Where did Nilo end up?
You mean Nellie? He got a sex change. Yeah, I don't know. He tried to pass himself off as his long-lost twin sister for a while, but that didn't fly.
Oh. Okay.
Well, you've come a long way, Clint. From living in a dumpster to owning your own dump.
But on the bright side, we've exterminated most of the roaches and reinforced the foundation after the big quake last year. And finally got real fire extinguishers, so no more painted-on safety features. We're up to a 3-star cubic zirconia rating in the Mutant Leisure blog spot now.
No, that's not the same dude. It's not the same dude.
So how did you afford all of this? I mean, didn't you normally eat up all your profits at the chocolate stand?
It's mostly thanks to you, my #1 tenant. You pay up front, and I always throw in a little extra to make sure I keep an extra eye on your place.
Ha ha ha! I get it.
So, you say I haven't stayed here in a while? I must have a place somewhere else.
You kind of dropped out of circulation back in '44. No one around here knows what happened to you. Now you don't either, I guess. You're paid through the end of the year, just like every year. You're hardly ever here these days, but hey, let me get my nose out of your business. That sounded disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I do for you?
Huh, so that means probably the reason all the stuff upstairs looks different is because he was just buying stuff for the place but just keeping it open? Interesting.
You keep being my best tenant, and I'll be your biggest fan. Deal? The cops came by to ask me about that, but I wasn't here at the time. This may not be much, but it's mine, and I love it. Just get the holes patched before you move out, or I will keep your security deposit.
Yeah, but what are they?
Nice guy, but he's got some screws loose.
Also, there's some people up there that like. There's the Leonard thing that you need a key for.
Dumbest name ever for a shop.
The 3 cards to midnight, dumbest name ever.
Look, I know I used to joke with you about Chelsea being in love with me, but that was just my jealousy talking. That's Louis' niece, right? Tall, brunette. Oh.
Yeah.
I've got to steer clear of his diner. Too many chocolate memories. Look, I've had my own problems, as you know. I was in a kind of a dark place 7 years ago. Dark, bitter, sometimes nuts, raisins, but God help me, marshmallows. Nice girl for circuits and chips. We don't need to talk about that, do we? That was a real tragedy.
Also like his hat.
I can't help you with that. I can barely work a toaster.
But you know how to work chocolate.
Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that hombre.
Well, he's dead, so you don't have to worry about it.
That little gremlin's never forgiven me for stealing his newspapers and using them for blankets. I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take.
I get it.
That guy's all mobbed up, so I keep my distance. Me? I'm just living the dream. One chocolate-free day at a time.
Huh. Alright. So we still need to head to the barbecue place. Those places aren't open. So yeah, I guess we'll head into the barbecue place and see what the one guy has to say.
As I step into Inspector Burns' barbecue, I think I'm having a stroke. But no, burning toast is their special today. Behind the counter is the kid who Louis referred me to as the computer whiz.
When you come to my house, come down behind the jail. I got a sign on my door, barbecue for sale. I'm talking about my barbecue. Only thing I play.
Welcome to Inspector Burns Barbecue. My name is Mojo. Special today is chili con carnage. It'll destroy your hunger as well as your taste buds. Order when you're ready.
Chili con carne. Oh, I love it. Which one?
I'm looking for little Mojo. Could you be him?
Hey, you're Tex Murphy.
And you're Mojo. What a shagadelic name, baby, yeah!
My real name is Mordecai Josephus.
Are you serious? Well, that's my real name, too.
No way!
Yeah, well, it's pretty close. It's actually Tiberius, James Tiberius. And my mom, she starts calling me Tibby. And, well, I had to come up with something that I could live with.
The ultimate Tex Murphy trivia. You just made my day. Look, I don't mean to geek out on you here, but you're Tex Murphy. Badass private eye. Man out of time. Always quick with a joke or his fist. What are you doing in a dump like this?
That's a good question. I don't want to hit him where it hurts. No. I don't want to be mean to the guy.
I'm guessing you haven't won any Employee of the Month awards, have you?
Nice. Classic Tex Murphy.
Can you talk and cook at the same time?
Oh, you don't want to eat here. The food really will burn your face off. Inspector Burns is a bitter man. So, what are you working on? Wait, let me guess. Some kind of case just dropped in your lap. Seems like a small-time job, but there are tons of loose ends leading in all kinds of directions, and you are blindly getting nowhere.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is kind of what's happening.
I could help you.
I do have something that you can use. Or that you could help me with.
Well, I could use a good caterer.
You are killing me. Look, Mr. Murphy, you fancy yourself as sort of a timeless classic, a PI archetype for the ages. You know your way around the crime scene, but it's no secret that you're not so good at high-tech gadgets. That's where I come in.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Fine. I have a fax machine, for God's sake, and I barely know how to use that.
Whatever I can do, just let me know.
Now that we have a lot of questions, we go, oh, well, there's not as much. So let's see what he has to say about stuff.
I just can't believe I got a chance to meet my idol. Me and Archie are buds.
Oh, no, okay.
So glad Archie opened up his shop here. He's like a god at all this conspiracy stuff.
So the 3 Cars to Midnight is Archie's shop. That makes sense. Wait, was there a brochure in there for the shop that I don't remember? Maybe.
Chelsea Bando. The Nora to your Nick. I wish I could have met her. Inspector Burns has tried to torch the Bruin stew at least twice.
What? What?
Sometimes I spend hours just thinking about what kind of baby she and I would have together.
What? Blah.
Sorry you lost her, but man, did you ever get an attitude? He's the guy you hired to take photos of your cheating wife. You're the guy they hired to beat the crap out of the guy you catch with your wife. Comes in here all the time to eat just so he can complain.
I mean, apparently the smell irritates his bowels.
Like Inspector Burns says, it all tastes the same when your tongue's charred. He says he likes barbecue, so I'm not sure why he eats here. Sure, I can decrypt a memory stick, no problem. It may take a while, at least a day.
Alright, well, we got that.
Another item on my to-do list today is checking out Maldonado's regular office that's on the street.
Which is over there on that side. Yeah, we probably should do that. But we will do that next time. When we come back, we'll check out Maldonado's office, which is right down there. It's right down there. We'll check that out, and we will see what we can find. So far, things have been questionable. As in, we question what's happening. Looking around to see if I can find a comic book, but I can't. So when we come back, we'll check out Maldonado's office, and we'll see what we can find. Till then, y'all take care, and of course, have a good one.